Welcome everyone to another edition of PSW Up-Close. This is Angel Cruz, and my next guest is Alex Reyes. Alex Reyes, this is a new show that PSW pulled together. We got you here just to throw some questions out there.
All right.
And a lot of people want to know what got you into the business of professional wrestling.
Ah, man. Is it cliche to say Hulk Hogan? Well, I was watching wrestling as a kid. I never really liked it like that. I thought it was kind of gay. So I actually went to my first house show. To be honest, Yokozuna and The Undertaker, when he came out and flipped them off, like, it was crazy. So that really got me into loving wrestling. And then after that, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, man. Without a doubt. And then, as I started to get more in depth, like Japanese style, Mexican style, a lot of lucha. So that's when Eddie Guerrero's, Rey Mysterio's, Chris Jericho's, Dean Malenko's, Chris Benoit's, that's guys like that.
Alright, so as far as all those big names that you named out there, who inspired you the most that you had the fire and the will to actually become a professional wrestler yourself?
Like, it's hard to say, you know what I'm saying? I always had one of my best friends since like we was mad young. He liked wrestling, and then we always did it outside. Everybody does little backyard things. But when I seen I seen an indie show. My uncle took me. It was at the Elks Lodge, actually. I think it was USA Pro, if I'm not mistaken. I seen this small guy. I know it sounds cliche because he's my trainer now, but I seen this small guy, like no bigger than I was, and I was small too. And he was doing all these crazy things against these bigger wrestlers. Amazing Red. He got me wanting to actually get in that ring and just give it all I got. And here I am.
Alright, so within that time, now, we all know you have some history with the U.S. Army. How did you go about going into the U.S. Army instead of going with your dream as being a professional wrestler?
Well, especially growing up in New York, you don't drive. It was kind of hard, and I was always living on my own since I was young. I didn't really have too much family around me. It was like, and my friends stopped trying to wrestle, so it became boring. So, I was just working every day, and I felt my life wasn't going anywhere. So it was just one of those days I went inside, like, hey, I want to join the Army. And the next 5 years was a wrap. So
now, with your time in the Army, did that help you become, the man that you are now, as far as your mindset that, what you're going to be is what you're going to be? Not to say their slogan, but,
Yeah, well, definitely. Like, if I would have wrestled when I was 16, 17, 18, like I did, like when I was trying to, I wasn't mature enough. I didn't have the mentality to focus on my goals and achieve them. Some people, it's better later than earlier. So that's exactly what I did. Like right now, of course, it molded me to the person I am today. Determined, physically fit, everything that has to do with professional wrestling, the Army installed in me. And then I said, once I couldn't get away from it, watching YouTube clips while I was in Iraq and stuff like that. So I said, once I get out, this is what I'm going to do. And nothing's going to stop me, and here I am, again.
Okay, now Pro Slam World has a big show coming up, December 17th, and you have a big match. You're going against Deranged. Now, he's no slouch. What do you think are your chances against Deranged?
I think my chances are pretty good, man. I'm not a big high flyer, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to come off the top rope with a Phoenix Splash 450 elbow drop. I'm not about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do what I set out to do. I'm going to ground him. And I'm going to work every part of his body until there's nothing left. I've been trained. I train every day. I train in the gym. I go from lifting weights. I go straight to the House of Glory. After the House of Glory, I go home. I rest a little bit. Then I go run. I'm determined. And I don't think his high flying game is going to stop my ground game.
Now, with all the clips that, he's pretty much, disrespecting the House of Glory's name, of course you're in the House of Glory. Does that give you, does that add fuel to the fire? Does that, let us know a little more detail on, what you're going to be doing with Deranged as far as, your in-ring action. Like,
I mean, I got respect for the guy, you know what I'm saying? There's respect there. He's done a lot of stuff. I've done nothing. But that's my home, and you're disrespecting my home. The guys at the House of Glory are my family. You know, Red, Brian, those guys are my family, and you disrespected my family. So, you know what I'm saying? You don't mess with somebody's family. That's it. I mean, I'm gonna hurt them. If that's what you want.
Well, from the looks of it, you know, you're pretty determined. You know, coming from the U.S. Army, how many terms did you serve by?
3.
Three
Actually.
terms. Well, congratulations on that. God bless you. But now you're in a whole nother ball game. What's your future plans besides, you know, the range? Is there anything else
Um,
that's attracting you?
uh, right now, it's just I want to get through the training. You know what I'm saying? I'm very, when somebody tells me something, you know, I go with it. You know, when Red says you're not ready, then I'm not ready. You know what I'm saying? When Red says, yo, you're ready, and Brian says, yo, you're ready, then I'm ready. You know, they have the confidence in me to help carry this school. They have the confidence in me to say, you're our guy. So I'm gonna be that guy, and I'm gonna, when I go out to the Indies and I go out and I do a match and they say, yo, who trains you? You know, I'm just gonna smile and be like, Amazing Red, Brian Excel, House of Glory. You know, I wanna hold those colors proud. You know, I wanna raise my flag high.
Do you feel in any way that they might be holding you back, saying that you're not ready, when you
No,
might feel that you are?
it's called paying your dues. If I'm not ready, then I'm not ready. I don't feel like they're my trainers. You know, I know that if Mikey told Red, yo, you're not wrestling today, then Red wasn't gonna wrestle. You know, same thing with Brian. If he said, yo, you're not wrestling today, sit your ass down. I know they wouldn't be like, but Mikey. No, I'm not gonna be like, but Red, but Brian. It's not gonna happen. They say you're not ready, then I'm not ready. You know, everything comes within time. Patience is a virtue.
All right. Well, last questions. What's your last comments before the big show for Deranged?
Whew. You're just gonna have to buy a ticket and see.